Emma's heart stopped the moment Valentina leaned in, her lips brushing against Emma's in the dimly lit corner of the crowded college party. A kiss that tasted like forbidden strawberry lip gloss and unspoken secrets. She pulled back, eyes wide with horror, whispering, "I'm straight, Emma. This can't happen." But it already had, and in that instant Emma's world tilted on its axis, forcing her to question everything she thought she knew about her best friend, and herself. Emma replayed that kiss in her mind 1,000 times the next morning, lying in her small apartment bed in Seattle, the rain pattering against the window like accusatory fingers. Why had Valentina done it? They had been inseparable since freshman year at the University of Washington, bonding over late-night study sessions and shared dreams of escaping their conservative upbringings. Emma, with her Midwestern roots in a small Ohio town where being gay was whispered about like a curse, had always hidden her feelings for women, burying them under layers of denial and forced crushes on boys. But Valentina, beautiful, poised Valentina from a strict Italian-American family in New York, had always seemed so sure of her heterosexuality, dating guys like clockwork, talking about future husbands and kids. So why the kiss? Emma's thoughts swirled. Was it the alcohol? A dare? Or something deeper, something Valentina was too scared to admit? She grabbed her phone, fingers hovering over Valentina's contact. The urge to text her to demand answers burned in her chest. But what if it ruined everything? Their friendship was the one anchor in Emma's chaotic life. The one place where she felt seen without judgment. Losing that would be like losing a limb. Instead, she scrolled through old photos. Them at Pike Place Market, arms linked, laughing. At a protest for LGBTQ rights, where Emma had marched boldly while Valentina hung back, supportive but distant. "I'm an ally," Valentina had said then, her voice firm. "But that's not me." Emma's stomach twisted. If it wasn't her, then what was last night? By afternoon, Emma couldn't take the silence. She headed to the campus cafe where they often met, her mind racing with scenarios. What if Valentina regretted it so much she ghosted her? Or worse, what if she laughed it off as a joke? Emma's inner voice screamed, "You're pathetic for hoping it's real. You've always been the one pining in secret, too coward to confess." As she pushed open the door, the bell jingling like a warning, there was Valentina at their usual table, nursing a latte, her face pale and drawn. She looked up and their eyes locked, guilt in Valentina's, desperation in Emma's. "We need to talk," Emma said, sliding into the seat, her voice steadier than she felt. Valentina nodded, fiddling with her cup. "Emma, last night. I don't know what came over me. I was drunk, confused. I'm not like that." Her words stung like salt in a wound. Emma leaned forward, whispering fiercely, "Then why did you kiss me? Don't lie to me, Val. We've been friends for 3 years. I know when you're hiding something." Valentina's eyes darted around the cafe, as if afraid someone might overhear. "It's not that simple. My family, they'd disown me. And society, God, Emma, you know how it is. People judge, they whisper. I can't be gay." The word hung between them like a grenade. Emma's heart ached for her, but anger bubbled up too. "So what? You experiment on me and then pretend it didn't happen? That's not fair, Val. You've seen what I've gone through. Coming out to my parents, the silent treatments, the pray the gay away bullshit. If you're feeling this, own it. Or at least don't drag me into your confusion." Valentina's face crumpled, tears welling. "I'm scared, okay? My dad, he's old school. He expects me to marry a nice Italian boy, have babies. If he knew." She trailed off and Emma reached across the table, her hand covering Valentina's. The touch sent sparks up her arm, a reminder of the kiss. "I get it," Emma said softly, "but ignoring it won't make it go away." They sat there for hours, the conversation ebbing and flowing like a tide of emotions. Valentina admitted to fleeting attractions to women before, brushed off as phases. Emma shared her own struggles, the loneliness of hiding in plain sight. By the time they left, a fragile understanding had formed, not a resolution but a crack in the armor. As they walked back to their dorms, Valentina slipped her hand into Emma's, just for a moment. "What if we try?" she whispered. Emma's pulse raced. Was this the start of something? Or the beginning of heartbreak? Her mind warned, be careful. Love like this comes with a price. That night Emma couldn't sleep, Her thoughts a whirlwind. What if Valentina's family found out? What about their friends, the ones who assumed they were just besties? Society's gaze felt like a weight pressing down. But beneath the fear, a spark of hope flickered. Maybe, just maybe, this could be real. Little did she know the real storm was brewing. One that would test every fiber of their bond. The next few days blurred into a tentative dance. Stolen glances in class, texts laced with double meanings. Valentina pulled back one moment, then leaned in the next. Emma's inner turmoil grew. Am I pushing her too hard? Or am I just a safe experiment? One evening, as they studied in Emma's apartment, Valentina closed her book and looked at Emma with raw vulnerability. I think I like you, Emma. More than a friend. The confession hung in the air, electric. Emma's breath caught. Then what now? Valentina hesitated. We keep it secret. For now. Emma agreed, but doubt gnawed at her. Secrets have a way of exploding. As the week ended, a call from Valentina's mother shattered the fragile peace. Valentina, your cousin's wedding is coming up. Bring that nice boy from your class. Valentina's face paled as she hung up. I can't tell her, she said to Emma, voice breaking. Not yet. Emma nodded, but inside resentment brewed. How long would she be the hidden shame? The conflict was just beginning. A web of lies and desires tightening around them. Emma watched as Valentina paced the room. Phone clutched like a lifeline after that call from her mom. The wedding invitation loomed like a guillotine, forcing Valentina to confront the facade she'd built. I could say I'm busy with school, Valentina muttered, more to herself than Emma. But Emma knew better. Avoidance was Valentina's crutch, a way to delay the inevitable clash between her heart and her heritage. Inside, Emma's thoughts raged. Why does it have to be so hard? Why can't she just choose me? They decided to skip the heavy talk that night, opting for a movie instead. Curled up on the couch, their shoulders touching, the tension was palpable. Every brush of skin felt like a promise and a peril. As the credits rolled, Valentina turned to Emma. What if we went away for a weekend? Just us, no pressure. Emma's heart leaped, but caution whispered. Is this escape or commitment? They booked a cabin in the Olympic National Park, a neutral ground away from prying eyes. The drive there was filled with awkward silences punctuated by forced laughter. Valentina gripped the wheel, her knuckles white. My family thinks I'm visiting a friend, she confessed. Emma bit her tongue. That's what I am to them, a friend. The cabin was cozy, surrounded by evergreens, but the isolation amplified their inner demons. That first night they talked until dawn. Valentina opened up about her childhood, the strict Catholic upbringing where deviation meant damnation. I prayed every night to be normal, she said, tears streaming. Emma held her, whispering, You are normal. Loving who you love isn't a sin. But even as she said it, Emma's own doubts surfaced. Am I strong enough to fight her battles too? The weekend unfolded in stolen moments. Hikes where hands intertwined, picnics with lingering stares. Valentina seemed freer, laughing genuinely for the first time since the kiss. But on the last day, reality intruded via a text from Valentina's brother. Mom's asking about that boy. Don't disappoint us. Valentina's mood darkened. I can't keep lying, she admitted. Emma pressed. Then don't. Tell them about us. Valentina recoiled. And lose everything? My inheritance, my family? You don't understand, Emma. Your parents eventually accepted you. Emma's anger flared. Accepted? They tolerate me. But at least I live truthfully. The argument escalated, voices rising in the small cabin. You're asking me to blow up my life, Valentina shouted. And you're content being my secret. Emma shot back. They parted in silence, the drive home a chasm of unspoken hurt. Back in Seattle, the rift widened. Valentina avoided Emma's calls, claiming busyness. Emma's mind spiraled. She's pulling away. I pushed too hard. At a campus event, Emma spotted Valentina with a guy from her class, laughing flirtatiously. Jealousy stabbed deep. Was this her way out? Confronting her later, Emma demanded. Who was that? Valentina sighed. Just a friend. But maybe I need to date guys to figure this out. The words were a gut punch. Emma's thoughts screamed. Figure it out? On my heart. So I'm an experiment, she accused. Valentina's eyes filled with regret. No, Emma. You're everything. But I'm terrified. They reconciled tentatively, but the seed of doubt had been planted. Emma started questioning her own worth. Why fight for someone who won't fight for me? Meanwhile, Valentina wrestled with guilt, her inner monologue a torrent. I love her, but at what cost? My family's love? My identity? A family dinner loomed, where Valentina's parents expected her to bring a date. She asked Emma for advice, but Emma snapped, Bring him. Play the part. Hurt flashed in Valentina's eyes. Is that what you want? No, Emma admitted. But I can't be your shadow forever. The dinner came and went without incident. Valentina went alone, dodging questions. But the pressure mounted. Her mother called daily, pushing matchmaking. Valentina confided in Emma. I feel like I'm splitting in two. Emma softened, pulling her close. We'll figure it out together. But deep down, she wondered if together meant sacrifice. As midterms approached, stress amplified their issues. A late-night argument erupted when Emma suggested coming out subtly. No. Valentina exploded. You don't get the cultural weight. Italians. Family is everything. Emma retorted. And what am I? Disposable. The fight left them exhausted, sleeping in separate rooms. The next day, Valentina apologized with coffee and a note. I choose you. Slowly. Emma wanted to believe it, but skepticism lingered. How slow is too slow? Their friends began noticing the tension. One Sarah pulled Emma aside. What's up with you two? You're acting like a couple in crisis. Emma deflected, but the comment hit home. Hiding was eroding them. Valentina, meanwhile, started therapy in secret, grappling with her sexuality. It's helping, she told Emma. But it's hard admitting I'm not straight. Emma's heart swelled with pride, but fear whispered. What if therapy leads her away from me? The chapter of uncertainty peaked when Valentina's father visited unexpectedly. Panic set in as he grilled her about her life. Emma hid in the bathroom, listening to Valentina lie smoothly. The deception stung. Am I worth this humiliation? After he left, Valentina broke down. I can't do this anymore. Emma braced for the end, but Valentina said, I need to tell them. For us. Hope flickered, but Emma knew the road ahead was mined with pain. The decision hung over them like a storm cloud as Valentina prepared to confront her family. Emma offered to go with her to New York for moral support, but Valentina refused. This is my battle, she said, voice trembling. Emma nodded, but inside abandonment gnawed. Why shut me out now? The flight loomed, and their goodbye at the airport was charged with unspoken fears. Call me after, Emma whispered, hugging her tight. Valentina nodded, eyes glistening. As the plane took off, Emma's thoughts darkened. What if they reject her? What if she backs down? Valentina's arrival in New York was a whirlwind of family obligations, dinners, church, questions about her prospects. Her inner conflict raged. I love Emma, but seeing their disappointment would kill me. At a family gathering, her aunt probed. When are you settling down, Cara? Valentina forced a smile, but cracks showed. That night, alone in her childhood room, posters of saints staring down, she rehearsed her speech. Mom, Dad, I'm gay. And I'm in love with a woman. The words felt alien, terrifying. The confrontation came over Sunday dinner. Her father, a burly construction worker with traditional views, dominated the table. As dessert was served, Valentina cleared her throat. I have something to say. The room fell silent. I'm seeing someone. Her name is Emma. Gasps echoed. Her mother's face paled. A girl? Valentina, no. This is a phase. You've always liked boys. Her father slammed his fist. Not in this house. We raised you better. Tears streamed as Valentina defended. It's not a choice. I love her. Arguments flew, Bible quotes, cultural shame, threats of disownment. You'll lose us, her father warned. Valentina's heart shattered. Is love worth this exile? She called Emma that night, sobbing. They hate me. Emma's voice soothed through the phone. They love you. Give them time. But Emma's own pain surfaced. My family barely speaks to me. Why endure this for her? Valentina returned to Seattle changed, withdrawn. The rejection fueled her determination, but also resentment toward her roots. I won't go back, she declared. Emma worried. Cutting ties, is that healthy? Society's judgment crept in next. At a work event for Valentina's internship, colleagues whispered about those types. A coworker confronted her. I heard just be careful. Clients are conservative. Valentina brushed it off, but inside fury boiled. Why must I hide to succeed? Emma faced similar at her part-time job, where a boss's offhand comment about unnatural lifestyles made her seethe. Their shared outrage bonded them, but also highlighted the world's cruelty. A turning point came when they attended a pride event together. For the first time, Valentina held Emma's hand publicly. Joy surged, but so did anxiety. A passerby sneered. Disgusting. Valentina flinched, pulling away. Emma's frustration peaked. Stand up for us. Later they argued. I'm trying, Valentina pleaded. But it's overwhelming. Emma softened, realizing. Her pace isn't mine. Patience is key. Family pressure didn't cease. Valentina's mother emailed daily, pleading for normality. One message read, think of your future children. Valentina's response was curt, but guilt ate at her. Am I selfish for choosing love over legacy? Emma encouraged therapy sessions together, where they unpacked traumas. The therapist noted, suppression leads to explosion. Valentina admitted moral dilemmas. Is it wrong to hurt my family for my happiness? Emma countered. Is it right to deny yourself? The sessions deepened their connection, but unearthed buried resentments. Friends became a battleground too. Some supported, others distanced. One Mike, a mutual friend, confessed his crush on Valentina. I thought you were straight, he said accusingly. The betrayal stung Valentina. Even friends judge. Emma's jealousy flared briefly, but she quashed it. Focus on us. As summer break neared, Valentina's father called, offering an olive branch if she fixed herself. Therapy for conversion, he suggested. Horror filled Valentina. No, she refused. The call ended in shouts. Emma held her as she cried. Why can't they accept me? Emma's inner voice echoed. Because society conditions them. But change starts with us. The cumulative stress led to a health scare. Valentina fainted from anxiety. In there, Emma paced, terrified. What if I lose her to this fight? Doctors prescribed rest, but the incident awakened Valentina. I won't let them break me, she vowed. Emma admired her strength but wondered. At what point do we draw the line? The conflicts were mounting, setting the stage for greater betrayals. Recovery from the faint brought a fragile calm, but beneath it tensions simmered. Valentina threw herself into activism, joining LGBTQ groups on campus, channeling pain into purpose. Emma watched proudly, but unease grew. Is this rebellion or avoidance? One night at a rally, Valentina spoke publicly about her journey, naming no names but alluding to family strife. The crowd cheered, but Emma's stomach knotted. What if her parents see this online? The backlash came swift. Valentina's cousin messaged, You're embarrassing the family. Stop this nonsense. Hurt turned to defiance. I'm done hiding, Valentina told Emma. But Emma sensed overcompensation. Slow down. Don't burn bridges impulsively. Their differing approaches clashed in a heated debate. You're too cautious, Valentina accused. And you're reckless, Emma retorted. The fight ended in silence, each retreating to their corners. Betrayal struck when Emma confided in Sarah about their struggles, seeking advice. Sarah, well-meaning but gossipy, let it slip to others. Rumors spread like wildfire on campus. Valentina confronted Emma. How could you? That was private. Emma apologized profusely. I needed support too. But trust cracked. Valentina's thoughts spiraled. If even she betrays me, who can I rely on? They reconciled, but scars lingered. A greater test came with Valentina's internship offer in San Francisco. A dream job, but requiring relocation. We could make it work long distance, she suggested. Emma's heart sank. Is this her escaping the mess? Or is it us taking a break? Emma asked pointedly. Valentina hesitated, fueling doubts. I need space to grow, she admitted. The words felt like abandonment. Emma's inner monologue raged. After all I've sacrificed, she leaves? Before deciding, A family emergency pulled Valentina back to New York, her grandmother's illness. There, pressures intensified. Her parents cornered her. End this phase or you're cut off. Torn, Valentina wavered. In a moment of weakness, she agreed to a blind date with a family friend's son, just to appease. But guilt consumed her. This is betrayal. She called Emma, confessing tearfully. It meant nothing. I panicked. Emma's world shattered. How could she? You chose them over us, Emma accused, hanging up. The fallout was devastating. Emma spiraled into depression, questioning everything. Was our love real, or her rebellion? Friends urged reconciliation, but pride held her back. Valentina returned, begging forgiveness. I was wrong. I choose you. But Emma demanded time. Actions, not words. The separation was agonizing. Each day a battle against longing. Valentina's remorse deepened. I've hurt the one I love most. What have I become? They attempted therapy again, unpacking the betrayal. Trust is earned, the therapist said. Valentina committed to transparency, cutting toxic family ties temporarily. But society intruded. A hate comment on Valentina's social media. Fags like you don't deserve happiness. It shook her resolve. Emma comforted. We're stronger together. But doubt whispered, are we? As fall semester began, a mutual friend's wedding forced confrontation. Both invited, they navigated awkwardly. Seeing Valentina across the room, elegant and alone, Emma's resolve cracked. They talked late into the night. I can't lose you, Valentina whispered. Emma forgave but warned. One more betrayal and it's over. The reunion was passionate in emotion, but shadowed by fragility. Yet the damage lingered. Emma's insecurity led to possessiveness, questioning Valentina's every move. Who texted? She'd ask. Valentina chafed. I need trust. Another argument erupted, accusations flying. You're suffocating me, Valentina yelled. Emma shot back. After what you did? The cycle of hurt threatened to consume them. In a desperate bid, Valentina proposed couples counseling. There they faced hard truths. Valentina's internalized homophobia, Emma's abandonment fears. Progress was slow but breakthroughs came. I betrayed you because I betrayed myself first, Valentina admitted. Emma nodded. And I pushed because I feared losing. The session ended in tears but hope. However, the ultimate test loomed. A family reunion where Valentina planned to introduce Emma. Fear gripped them. What price will this demand? The reunion in New York was a powder keg. Valentina gripped Emma's hand on the flight, whispering, if they reject us, we walk away together. Emma nodded, but terror churned inside. This could break her for good. At the family home, aromas of Italian cooking masked the tension. Valentina's parents greeted stiffly, eyes narrowing at Emma. This is my girlfriend, Valentina announced boldly. Silence exploded into chaos. Her father roared, out, both of you. Her mother wept. How could you do this to us? Relatives murmured condemnations, invoking faith and tradition. Valentina stood firm. This is who I am. Accept it or lose me. The ejection was humiliating, doors slamming, curses hurled. In the hotel, Valentina collapsed, sobbing. I knew, but it still hurts. Emma held her, her own tears falling. We've paid dearly for this truth. But strength emerged from the wreckage. We're free now, Emma said. Valentina agreed, but grief lingered. Family bonds severed, was it worth it? Back in Seattle, they rebuilt, focusing on their future. Valentina accepted the San Francisco job, with Emma planning to follow after graduation. Distance tested them, but video calls bridged the gap. Yet societal barbs persisted. A denied apartment application due to lifestyle concerns. Outrage fueled activism. They volunteered at shelters, advocating for queer rights. Emma's pride swelled. She's fighting now. But Valentina's doubts resurfaced. Did I destroy my family for nothing? A surprise visit from Valentina's brother brought olive branches. Mom's struggling, but she misses you. Tentative reconciliation began. Calls, apologies. Valentina navigated carefully. I won't hide Emma. Progress was uneven, but healing started. Emma watched warily. Don't get hurt again. Highs and lows define their path. A promotion for Valentina meant celebration, but also stress. Emma's jealousy flared when Valentina mentioned a flirty coworker. "It's nothing," Valentina assured. Trust rebuilt slowly. In quiet moments they reflected. Love demands sacrifice, but how much? The ultimate awakening came during a therapy breakthrough. Valentina realized, "I was wrong to waver. Emma deserved better." Emma confessed, "I held on too tight out of fear." They emerged stronger, committing to openness. But life's cruelties persisted. A friend's suicide due to homophobia shook them. "We can't change the world alone," Emma lamented. Valentina replied, "But we change our corner." As years blurred, graduation moves, shared home. Their bond deepened amid ongoing struggles. Family ties mended partially. Society evolved slowly. Yet questions haunted: did we choose right? In the end, as they sat on their porch, hands entwined, watching the sunset, Emma turned to Valentina. "No regrets." Valentina smiled. "None." But the journey's scars reminded them of the cost. Was sacrificing family for personal truth the moral choice? Or a selfish act that echoes through generations?